2017 question 1C. We have been talking about simultaneous equations, and that's a great example of simultaneous equations. It's a little bit more complicated because instead of uh, asking you to find out the value of x and y, they simply twisted the question a little bit and they asked you to find out x minus y equals what. So once you understand the concept, it's not going to be hard at all to find that answer. Okay, first of all, let's focus on these two equations. And I would not say these equations are pretty straightforward, because that one starts, the second equation starts with negative x. That might confuse young people. Okay, first of all, let me label it as equation 1 and equation 2 so that I do not have to repeat all the time the whole equation. So instead of mentioning the whole equation, I can simply say equation 1 and equation 2. Okay, how would I solve it? There are different methods of solving simultaneous equations. Elimination, that means you get rid of, for the time being, get rid of one of the variables, make a problem, the equation, with a single variable, either x or y, and that makes it easier. Another method is substitution. I mentioned it last night. Substitution is comparatively easier process than elimination. So I will suggest the students most of the time go for substitution if they can. One of the difficulty with the substitution, sometimes you have to rearrange one of the equations with a particular subject of the equation. What I mean by that is you got to write either equation 1 or equation 2 with something like this: y equals all that elements on the right, or x equals. So it will require two different kind of skills: rearrangement and then simultaneous solving by substitution, which may not be as simple. Let me delve into the problem now. Okay, I'm going to show you, for the first video, I'm going to show you actually how to do the rearrangement and substitution. I'll rearrange two. Obviously, the students will be asking a question: why didn't I go for 1? Well, I could have, but well, for some reason I decided to go for 2. It's not going to make huge difference. So for 2, rearranging would be, you have negative x plus 6y equals 14. I'll go faster now. So if you chuck that negative x to the other side, that'll give you 6y 14 plus x. I'm not going to go through the whole process of backtracking and all kinds of things. Now, I want to make the x the subject of the formula. So I do not want this number 14 on the right-hand side. So I'm going to chuck it to the left-hand side of the equal sign. So 6y, if I shift it to this side, I mean, you got to counter positive 14 with a negative 14, and that is the reason it will be minus or negative 14. I know this statement is not right. Minus 14 and negative 14 are two different things. So that'll give you x equals, I can always write it in a very conventional way. X equals 6y minus 14. Right? Don't get the misconception that I have finished the problem solving. Now I have only x equals 6y minus 14. I'm going to substitute this into 1. Pretty obvious reason, because I have treated number 2 so far. So if I use that value of x, 6y minus 14 into 1, that might be useful. Okay, let's see how it goes. 6 lots of x. I don't want x. I'm going to replace that x by this group. See, I kept on saying this group is 6y minus 14, and that is the reason I put them within bracket. I substituted the y value, I substituted the x value, this x, by 6y minus 14, and I forgot about that negative y from there, which should be equal to 21. Now, to solve this equation, what I need to do is expand this one, remove the bracket. 6 times 6 is 36y, minus 6 times 14, and negative 14. Now that's not going to be easy because I don't have a calculator. So what I'm going to do, I'll break it down to tidy number. 10 plus 4 is 14. And okay, that's basically what I'm looking for. And I am going to multiply that by 6. I'm going to multiply 6 by 14, negative 14. And that'll give you negative 60. And that'll give you negative 24. If I add them together, I'm simply showing pretty basic mathematics. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. It has got nothing to do with the MCAT. So 4, and then that'll give you negative 84. So I know 6 times negative 14 will give me negative 84 minus y. Sorry, I keep forgetting about minus negative y, which will be equal to 21. Now, these are the like terms. 36y. Always read out the algebraic statement. 36, positive 36y. Positive 36y, negative y. And positive 36y, and I am taking away another 1y, that'll give you 35y minus 84 equals 21. I'm solving the equation. So 35y will be 21 plus 84. This was negative 84. To undo negative 84, we got to add on the other side positive 84, right? And I'm sorry, something went wrong. I pushed the wrong, okay, now I got it back. Sorry, that's my hand. Okay, so 35y should be equal to 4 plus 1 is 5, 8 plus 2 is 10. So I am careful about the place value. That would 21 plus 84 would give me 105. So to get y, we got to undo 35 times y. 35 times y. To undo 35 times y, we got to divide 105 by 35. Now, this is not going to be easy for some of the people. 105, you are dividing it by 35. Let me do the cancellation. This is how we learned it. Let's try 5 first. 5 goes into 35 7 times. 5 goes into 105. 2 goes into 10 twice. And then, okay, right, and that'll be 21. Now 7 goes into 21 3 times. So that'll give me 3. So I know something now, y equals 3. Now I should be able to find out the value of x from one of the equations. I can use, right, that would be pretty convenient. So x will be equal to 6 times 3, 6 times y, minus 14, which is 6 times 3 is 18, minus 14, I hope I'm getting it right, 4. So x is 4, y is 3. So don't stop there, because now you get back to the original question. They're asking you to find out x minus y. So 4 minus 3 is 1. So the final answer is 1. X minus y is 1. Time to stop. Thank you very much for